It's Kareen here, and what you're about to witness is one entrepreneur's journey on how they navigate a challenge or need support in an area of their business with me. Results may vary if you try this on your own. The purpose of sharing this with you is to help you know that help is always available and you don't have to do it alone.
I'm trying to figure out what route I should consider for getting money,
More capital. Okay.
more capital to increase our team, to grow our team, and quite honestly, to increase our own salary because there is some burnout happening.
Sure.
There's been plenty of sweat equity and so there's a sustainability aspect to the business that is threatening it. And so there is a local bank here in Dallas that we've had conversations about line of credit, but I'm like, does that make sense? Does it make sense? Being introduced to the fellowship, this what's it called? Is it Honey? Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking. But there's another program that we got introduced to through Tory Burch that we can also look for some capital options. And so I'm trying to see all my options.
Assess. So if you were to get it, you're trying to figure out where to put it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so for sustainability of staff, definitely for the existing flow, but you still also need to ensure sales continue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's enhancing things you're doing already and stopping the things that aren't working. So like clear the capacity wherever you can for who is already on your team, just to like maximize the effort that they need to place in the business you have right now, like in just maintaining and continuing to attract buyers to the products you have right now. While, because the capital process takes time. It's not like unless you're getting a loan, that's maybe like a 2-week turnaround for certain types of loans, but you want to just also look at your business in an efficient way during a time where it feels like a plateau of purchasing to like shift the things you can't control. And then when you get the capital, well, to be clear on the capital amount you need is important. So
the bank here that we were talking to, we were looking at 50,000. It's not a ton. Yeah. But once I mean, it is a lot, don't get me wrong, but money.
Yeah, don't go so quickly. Are you kidding me? Yeah. In a retail business?
Yes. And so then I start to spiral a little bit, not spiral, but start to think like, okay, 50 is like nothing. What is actually going to create a sustainable business? What are things I should be considering to kind of create like a very strong foundation for the team, and then look at adding brands to the marketplace and creating a sustainable marketplace that is just fueling itself over time. That's where my head goes. Because 50K feels like a cushion. It doesn't feel like
sustainability.
Creating an well-oiled machine.
Yeah. 50K wouldn't do enough for that. It would be it would feel like a Band-Aid, I think, for longevity. But it is still a cash injection.
Yes.
That you have control over to decide when to use, because a line of credit is totally different than a full-on loan. So it never hurts to have a line of credit because you pay it down, but up. You just want to learn the terms and how quickly you have to pay it off before you have to refinance it, or, what is the collateral that they're taking the line against?
Yes. Because I had made, I don't want to say a mistake, because, when you need cash injection, you just need it. And so we had done Shopify loans previously. Do not have that anymore, which is amazing for us.
That's great.
But it does feel like there's this proof of like, we can pay, a lot of money over time very quickly. And so that's where I'm finding myself, like, it is possible for us. It doesn't feel scary to to bring in the money because I know the business will.
Yeah, and a line of credit is great to have because you tap in, tap out. Like you don't. It's not like a full blown loan amount all at once, and then use it. So I would get a line just to have it. If you qualify for it, doesn't hurt. You don't ever have to use it.
Okay,
but it's good to have as an emergency fund for yourself, even in the case you needed a Band-Aid. It was more critical to invest back into your business. You have it there.
That's sound advice.
But then but I'm trying to think of so what moves the needle in your business is more sales. So it's really like what you have control over right now to sell more and have more people follow through on that sale. That's where I would focus the energy so that you're earning it. But I would also want to make sure that you're looking at your margins for the expense to sell that item. So I would go after the items that have the highest margin for you. And it might not be bridal. Like it could be some other dresses or other items.
It's gold.
Great. So then do a good campaign push for the things that have and tell the right stories, right? For your buyers to understand why this is a craveable item that has higher margins for you. So that you can have your own cash injection based on actual revenue.
Okay.
Because if you can provide that on a consistent basis, then you can pay your team more, you can pay yourself,
Yes.
It's just a matter of it being consistently sold. So influencer marketing sometimes works for jewelry.
Yes. It's a little challenging, I think, for us because a lot of our pieces are one of a kind. Or they're made to order. So that process right now, we are doing a campaign with someone where they're showing the process of a bridal design, the process of what it looks like to get it made. So we are doing that.
Yeah.
She's getting married until next year. And so it feels more of like a long-term investment where people are following the story and they're going to come back to it and they're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember. But it's not like we don't have 5 SKUs or 10. We have multiple and some disappear and some, which is a whole other challenge for us that we're navigating.
And none of these you have on inventory where you're shipping out directly, right?
We do have some. I made the decision for right now, not have it on hand because it's a cost up front. And because some of these designs
I'm just thinking, they're unique. I was just thinking if you could do so one of my friends is a top jeweler and she does a lot of get ready with me. And so she'll put on the outfits and then she'll adorn herself with the jewelry to show how it should be worn. And she always gets sales from the show and tell activity.
Yeah.
So even if it's just a portion of the items, the gold items that you have, even just to create that experience as part of your brand on the socials.
As you say that, I do think there are some more recent products that we consistently have on hand that can become an influencer campaign. So
think about that though. So really the time spent on how can you sell more with the resources you already have to create the right buyer experience, to put it in the cart and purchase it. And knowing on your site, even on your landing page, there's no identifier that says any of these things are one of a kind. On the group page. So also I would look at when someone sees only one remaining, there's a count, right, of product items that I think you can add. Is this a Shopify site?
Yes, we have it. For example, on our bags, you'll probably see it. You'll see one
I'm
remaining.
Looking at the jewelry. Yeah, so I would do it on your jewelry.
Okay.
Also.
Okay.
Just because at a glance to know that there's only one of these, and I love it, and most people are I want it, And then occasional. I know you don't want to discount your stuff, but trunk shows again an experience of this is the only time you're going to have the chance to get this item. right?
No,
Like, that's
yes, we
helpful.
do. We don't do sales too often, but we do have them from time to time.
Yeah.
Something that last year we had a lot of success with, and now I'm planning it based off of last year was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the way we rolled it out, it wasn't just the standard 15%. It was more of a gamification sale, and
Yeah.
that really helped.
Yeah, but I would be doing, because you're mainly these brands are, well, you said there's a big portions from Mexico, right? So like, even if there's a Cinco de Mayo something, or like something where it's like, again, about the culture, you know, like, or a certain holiday of, you know, where gifting like is a normal thing to happen.
Right. Yeah. No, that's helpful.
Something just, again, so that's how I would think about things. But yeah, from a capital standpoint, it's the capital you raise by selling. I mean, that's just retail. So whatever you can do to really assess the buyer behavior to sell more, because then you invest that back into your business. And then I would get the line of credit just to give you peace of mind that it's something you can use when you need to.
Okay.
And then still go after other types of capital. If it comes to the hiring side, and that customer service rep is someone that's able to get these reports on who clicked on what and how do I follow through on, and you're kind of giving them the assignments to go also chase a sale potentially, right? Like, I think that also could work to think about. But again, until you get the consistent capital and know that you have like hit a mark to hire someone, that's what I would
then hold off. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what I would use it for. It's like when you feel it's consistent.
Right. Yeah. I think right now the challenge is that we're trying to, from the same pot, reinvest in the business for brand or inventory, but also increase salaries through it. And so it feels like they will suffer a little bit when because if you don't have new inventory or fresh inventory, people are like, okay, well, I might need that, but there's nothing new driving to the site. And then there's burnout with, a lack of increased salaries or just.
Yeah. And I would also look at the reports on like, what is the average price point of purchase over the last 90 days, and then assess if that average price point is what you are bringing items in for. Like for the new brand purchase, like for new brands that you're actually hitting the mark of the buyer price point, versus select items.
Our average order is 247.
Great. So just then I would think
that there's some skewing because of the bridal, but for the most part,
so then that means it's like the 150 to like 300 mark. So making sure that whatever new brands you introduce are in that outside of bridal. You're going to have to treat two separate, like bridal's its own animal. So like you have to treat it as two separate business lines,
Yes.
Like your marketplace, and then there's a bridal shop.
I agree.
So I think spreading that out brand wise too, because I've seen other, like it would say your brand name at the top, like, like how Anthropology and Anthropology Home, two distinct shops, also from a branding and a marketing standpoint.
Yes, I agree. Okay. That's helpful.
Was it helpful today?
It is.
To talk through a lot of things, so I just want to make sure you feel you got the support you needed. It is helpful
because you clarified some of my thoughts, and then you also reinforced some of them.
Just want to remind you that breakthroughs and strategies are here for you. You don't have to be isolated on your business building journey. If you'd like to have a chance to connect with me and let me be all up in your business, go to heykareen.com/connect, and a team member will share how you can obtain the best support at this time. You always can have me in your pocket by leveraging my AI. Go to heykareen.app, download it, and start chatting away. And of course, I am always here, willing and ready to be the support you need. All you have to do is ask.